3. Come on, come on.
Hey guys, Dry Socket here, and today we're going to take a look at what happens when it all goes wrong. If you have some kind of malfunction in your gun, what do you do? Well, the best thing that you can do is try to clear it. A lot of times you'll have brass that gets caught somewhere. You might have to just shake something out or pluck something out, push up or down your carrier, work the action again. You might have to jack out a round, but that's all okay. If you can recover and finish the round safely, that's great. If the gun malfunctions in such a way that you cannot continue shooting it, or it malfunctions in such a way that is unsafe, such as it gets a squib, you'll declare the gun dead. What you do with the dead gun is you place it down, muzzle pointed, downrange in a safe direction, still obeying the 170 rule and all that good stuff. But once that gun is dead, you can't touch it again. If you have other guns in sequence to shoot, you go over, shoot your pistols, shoot your shotgun, whatever. If it's your last gun, you're gonna wait for the TO to either give you instructions, or a lot of times the TO will pick up the gun, keeping it pointed in a safe direction, and take it to the unloading table where you'll be able to clear it. A lot of times what will happen is a shooter will, have a dead gun, they'll put it down, they'll move to their pistols or the next thing, they'll finish that, and then they'll pick it up without being instructed to do so and walk off the stage. And that is a match DQ. So you do not, under any circumstances, want to do that. Let's look at a couple ways your rifle might malfunction.
Come on, come on. Why you gotta be like that?
Well, it's joking up this time. Damn it.
That's what I get from switching away from my trusty 1873. Shooting the lightning rifle, just got jammed up there, had a shell that couldn't eject, couldn't get it out with my fingers there, so we declared the gun dead. Now, at that point, if I come back at the end of the round, I could touch the gun, I could look at it, I could do that type of thing. What I cannot do is remove it from the firing line until it is cleared, right? So the best thing to do is either let the TO handle it or wait for the TO to give you instructions. They'll give you explicit instructions. Sometimes that is going to be close the action, point it downrange, fire. Okay, we got that out of the way. Now let's pick it up safely and take it to the unloading table, work it out together. Most of the ranges I shoot at, the TO will pick up the gun and take it to the unloading table. If it has anything that needs to be worked on at that time, we'll work at it on that time. That is a somewhat common thing to have something get stuck or jammed. A less common thing that'll happen is a squib. You usually see the squibs more, I feel like, in the pistols, but occasionally we will see them in rifles. What a squib round is when the bullet does not come out of the barrel. You don't want to load and fire again, because then you're going to have bullets impact inside the barrel, and these guns are expensive, and that is also dangerous. So if you are firing and a bullet doesn't come out, this is one of the things that good TOs and good spectators will watch for. They'll yell squib, they'll tell you stop. If you're a shooter and it happens to you, you know when it happens pretty good. And you're going to clear that round dead, move about your business, and then hopefully somebody has a squid rod and you can get that round out. Those are usually what you'll see happen on the rifle. Very rarely you might have a situation where you have like an out of battery fire, or I've seen a lever come right off because the screw came off, different things. If the gun is inoperable, you put it down and you're gonna wait for TO instructions at the end of the stage. Pistols have their own mishaps. Let's take a look.
What the heck?
Too much primer there.
Dead guy.
Ah, yes, nothing worse than pulling the trigger and no bang happens. Light primers are another thing that'd be kind of common, especially where we have, light and hammer springs, things of that nature. I had just a bad batch of primers. You saw in that one gun, 3 of them failed to go off, and then the other I had trouble with one. The best thing to do is, if you have one that does not go off, go around the wheel, hit another strike on it. Most of the time it will go off again. What's nice about that too is if it is your last gun, and I had, one that didn't go off, but I just keep going around the wheel, well, if I keep going around the wheel, keep going around the wheel, keep going around the wheel, and it comes out, that's great. I don't get a penalty. If I do get a penalty, it's going to be assessed at my last fire. That's when the timer is going to stop, right? So if I, keep doing this all the way around a couple times and nothing ends up happening, well, that time wasn't on the clock anyway, on your last round. If it's your, the first gun that pulls out, so those 3 in there, I got a whole nother gun to shoot. I went around, nothing happened, so I put that gun down. And when I say down, and you heard Rockstar in there call it dead gun as well, I'm putting it down on the table. I'm not putting it down in the holster. If I put it down in the holster and then I step off the firing line, that is a match DQ because that gun has not been cleared by the TO. So if you're moving to another gun, anything like that, you got to make sure that that is going down on the table. If you put it in the holster and you haven't moved, the TO will tell you to correct it, and then you put it on the table, and then you can move, and you're okay there. Now, another thing that can happen is as a result of primers, you can have like a high primer. So when you go to pull, your cylinder won't move. You'll be jammed up there. If you're shooting, duelist, this is a time where if you have a malfunction like that, you can actually bring your other hand on there to try to clear the malfunction. That is the only time you can bring in your second hand when shooting duelist. Again, high primers are things that you should be checking your ammunition before you put it in. Some people will actually spin their cylinder after it's loaded and then line it up to put it in before they holster it to make sure they don't have high primers. I tend to not do that, but in Vaqueros, it's really easy to do and you don't have to have the hammer back, anything like that. So kind of a cool thing on those. If you have a squib in a pistol, same kind of thing. You declare it dead, it goes down on the table, it does not go back in the holster, and you're gonna wait for TO instruction to either pick up that gun and show them the condition, or they will take it off the firing line and get it to the unloading table where you can use a squib rod. Shotguns have pretty rare malfunctions, but let's talk about them. When shooting the double barrel, one of the things that's nice is it's usually pretty easy to return this gun to an open and empty condition, unless something goes wrong with the mechanism of opening the gun. At my first state match, I pulled the trigger, hit the target, pulled the trigger, hit the target, went to break open the shotgun, and it would not break open. Still not 100% sure what happened with it. The gunsmith had to fix it there, and I had to borrow a shotgun to finish the match. But if you were in that position, same thing. Declare the gun dead. Any remaining shotgun targets will be counted as misses. Always terrible to get misses on shotgun targets because you can usually re-engage. It's a little bit more common to see malfunctions occur with the 1897 shotgun there. I had another match, incidentally, the match after the state championship match, where when I racked my shotgun, this kept going because I ripped the whole slide off. I had some screws shear and whatnot. So in the course of 2 matches, I broke 2 shotguns. But again, another time where I had to declare that gun dead. In wild bunch shooting, that's where it's more common to be in a position. This is a Model 12 here, where you have, rounds in the magazine. Usually we're only ever putting in, 1 round or the 2 rounds for the double barrel that we're going to be firing, 1 in each barrel there. So it's rare to have anything, but it does happen in wild bunch. If the gun malfunctions, you just treat it exactly like you would the rifle there. If you want to see more of this Model 12 with this really cool poly choke, we're going to get a video going on that as we check out some more non-traditional guns for cowboy action. Now, caveat, the Model 12, it's not legal in cowboy action shooting, but it is illegal in wild bunch action shooting. It's a pretty cool gun. It's a fun one to look at. The poly choke is not legal, so I have to take that off if I'm going to shoot it for wild bunch. But please stick around. We'll be checking out some different guns, some different rules, and we'll see you next time. Get out there and shoot.